Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys an update on our 8 megawatt farm. We got those two containers where we had to replace the PDUs for new ones. We got those all finished up and got the miners installed, so they're mining past electrical inspection, got everything set away for those. And now the last thing that we require is just the 3 containers that are being manufactured right now. Should arrive here in the next month, and as soon as they're here, we plug those in and we are done for the 8 megawatt farm. So in today's video, I'm showing you guys around. I'm not on site here, so I'm doing a voiceover video. So showing you guys around and what we have so far. So if you think that's interesting, you know what to do. Hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, go to cryptollc.org if you're looking to set up a Bitcoin farm for yourself. You're looking to build one for yourself in a different state, maybe somewhere in Texas, Oklahoma, Wyoming, Dakotas, Nebraska, any of those states. If you are building it on the grid or maybe even on natural gas or even flare, any of those options work for us here at Crypto LLC. We can help you set it up, help you get things going, or if you want to jump in with us in North Dakota, you can do that as well and get yourself a megawatt or more in North Dakota. And before we get started, Bitcoin saves your wealth and Jesus Christ saves your soul. So make sure you guys have Christ and Bitcoin. Bitcoin for here on earth and Christ for eternity. All right, let's get started. So today I'm showing you guys around here and give you guys just an update on how things are going. So in terms of those two containers that we had to replace the PDUs on those containers, right? In terms of those, we got those installed, so we had to swap those out for PDUs that have a higher ARC rating. So we needed to have the ARC rating at least 50,000 or more, 50,000 amps. So we had to replace all those PDUs. You know, it was costly. It's not cheap to replace those PDUs. I had to wait for them to be delivered from China. They had to be ETL certified and all that. So we got those squared away. The inspection passed for those. And then at that point we can plug in more miners. Had some clients waiting on those. So they're now squared away, so that's good. And then for the 3 containers, so they should be here in about a month, and those containers are already coming with proper PDUs, proper cabinets. We had to change some things there. There were some issues with the North Dakota electrical inspector. They wanted special ARC rating, a special ARC rating coming from the breakers, you know, the main breakers in the containers, and the ARC rating in the PDU. So this is something that we talked about previously in our other videos, where North Dakota is more strict, a lot more strict than basically all the states in the United States. Like our farm out in Washington, they didn't even consider ARC rating, like at all, and most places don't. But in North Dakota, they are really strict on that. So we had to update the farm to those new PDUs, and those 3 containers also are updated to the new PDUs and the new cabinets. So once those are in here, once they arrive in about a month, we're gonna install them. We have to pull conductor from the transformer to the containers, do all of that. So that's going to take probably like 2 weeks for the electricians to do, and hopefully we pass inspection and we can get those 3 megawatts up and running, and then we'll be complete at 8 megawatts. Now in terms of the placement of containers, you guys can see in the video, we are placing containers around the perimeter of our data center. So as it's getting closer to winter time, we want to, you know, get that finished up, and so we are placing these containers around to act as a wind barrier. So you can see how we're doing that. We're also creating some space between them so we can use them as storage containers, and then we can use them as the wind guard, which is very, very important here in North Dakota because it gets really cold, like -40, and then really high winds and snowing blizzards and all that stuff. So we got to protect all the miners. So that's why I have these wind guard containers installed. And then also that's why we have the polyester filter on both ends of the container to have a nice, good intake of air, and then also protect the exhaust from all of that wind with snow. So that's the reason for that. And then the spacing between the containers. So we left some spacing there, and that's for we're gonna build like a wall there, probably like a 2x4, 2x6 wall with the door, and basically the reason for that is that so that we can open up the containers, but we don't want to leave the spacing between the containers, right, for the wind to travel between them. So we're going to build a wall there to block off the wind, but then still allow us to open the doors to the container and to use those containers for storage. So that's the reason for that. You guys can see our office there at the very beginning when you just drive up to the data center, you'll see that first 20-foot container. The very first one, that's our office container. So it's going to have our like a repair center. It's going to have our spare parts, all that stuff. And yeah, so everything's going good here according to plan and everything. So if you guys are looking for something similar, you want to build on your own property, or you want to jump in North Dakota and get something for yourself, get a megawatt, 2 megawatts, or however much you want, we have all of that available at cryptollc.org. So make sure you guys check out our site. We also buy and sell miners, by the way. So if you're looking to buy yourself some WhatsMiners, some Ant miners, you want to get yourself some Dogecoin miners, any of that, we have all of that available at cryptollc.org. Let's see, what else can I mention here about the data center. So in terms of peak demands here, so we have curtailments here in the region. So the curtailments, they happen once in a while, and they can happen at any time. So that's something you got to keep in mind for North Dakota, and our clients know this. So we get a curtailment sometime around like 2 p.m., 4 p.m., 6 p.m., around there. Where we have peak demand coming up, we have to turn off the data center for like 1-2 hours until the peak demand goes back down, and this helps us to keep the costs really, really low. So the costs here are below 4 cents, all in, which is a great price, especially for the United States, where most states are like 6, 7, 8 cents, and especially if you get to like California, New York, then it's like 10, 12, 14 cents, and so on. So it's a really great price. And one of the reasons why we're building, or basically it is the reason why we're building in North Dakota. No one's going to build a data center at like 8 cents, 10 cents. It's just, there's no point of that. So in North Dakota, again, we're below that 4 cents. So if you want to jump in, tell you one more time, you want to jump in in North Dakota, get yourself a megawatt, 2 megawatts. These are all solid reasons. Cold temperatures, great place, really quiet, isolated. We're not next to any neighbors. There's no one in a mile radius of this data center, absolutely no one. So it's really quiet, middle of nowhere, cold temperatures, and a great price. So go to cryptollc.org. You can also go to the description of this video and connect with us directly on Telegram. Well, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys like it. You know what to do. Hit like, subscribe. Until next time, goodbye.